These cats are seniors. Once you give them a chance, they will prove that age is truly just a number. Elmi Le Roux didn't need any convincing on choosing a senior, since she showed up at Katie's Place Animal Shelter for just that reason. There, she found Sochi, but it didn't end with Sochi. She left with not one, but 3 senior cats.
I came home with all 3 cats. Sochi was a bit shy at first. She was hiding in my bedroom. The other 2 immediately spread out in front of the fireplace and showed me that they understand that this is their forever home. And it is the best thing I've ever done in my whole life.
With the irresistible faces of kittens, the love of the cats who have it the hardest in finding a home can become overlooked.
It's harder for senior cats to come into shelters than younger cats because they've known the experience of being in a home. It's harder for them to adjust, especially if there's young cats around, and they get depressed a lot easier, especially if they were in a home for a long time. It's a shock. It's a shock to their system, and they just don't bounce back the way a young cat does.
Those at Katie's Place, a shelter that specializes in last chance cats, are glad to see more people like Elmi coming through their doors.
They want to open their home to somebody who does have health problems, who is less than perfect, who maybe is missing a tail or an eye or a foot or...
These volunteers know what they're talking about. They even have their own senior animals at home.
No, because they've been in the shelter or they've been stray, and they have such an appreciation for the home once they get into it, and they just, you can see it in their face. They're just like, oh, thank goodness I'm in a home. And it comes through with the way they interact with you, whereas a young cat doesn't have that life experience. So
having someone to take care of, having someone who needs you,
gives you a sense of purpose.
Elmi has never regretted taking home her senior cats.
My goodness, they've changed my life in a huge way. They've taught me about love and about second chances and about enjoying every day and make the most of every day.
Here are 18-year-old Sochi, 17-year-old Sugar, and Yogi, who passed away after 2 loving years in Elmi's home.
I want to show them what love really is, because they've been abandoned. Decided to pick the 18th of July as their birthday, and I gave them a birthday party, and we had the whole family together. I had a cake made for them with their names on, and each one of them got a little bowl of tuna with a birthday candle on it, and we had to be careful not to burn them with a candle. And it was a very wonderful celebration. I can see in their eyes their appreciation for everything I do for them, and they show me how thankful they are, and they just give me so much.
Cats, however, aren't the only ones waiting. Some lovable senior canines are also waiting for someone to shake a paw with. Senior pets, whether it's a cat or a dog, have trouble adjusting to shelter life. Those working with animals see this up close.
Very difficult to take a senior animal that's lived in a home environment and all of a sudden it's put into a kennel environment with a lot of different people interacting with them and all these other animals around, and you can just see it is very difficult for them. They need a forever home too, and just because they're seniors, like my dachshund, she's 7, she's considered a senior. However, she probably has good 7, 8, 9 years left in her.
Those playful puppies may be adorable, but they can be trouble. Senior dogs have already learned their manners.
I think with a senior, you kind of know what you're getting. They're past the curtain climbing stage for kittens, and, for dogs, they're past chewing up everything in your home.
Lisa Wagner wasn't planning on adopting a dog, but one day, a then 10-year-old Chihuahua changed that.
My company, Walks and Wags Pet First Aid, likes to support a local rescue called Saints. It's a Senior Animals in Need Today Society, and we had done a Christmas charity drive and drove to Mission to drop off the donations, and they offered us a tour. I went with my family on a tour, and this little Chihuahua was sitting on the bed, and I sat down and he curled up on my lap and gave me a big kiss, and that was it. He was mine.
Tux, now 14 years old, is an important part of the family.
So Tux comes to work with me every day. He's our office mascot. He's actually 14 now, but he's a really active senior dog. So we can still go camping and hiking and all sorts of activities with him. He's remarkably able for being senior.
Even if Tux is a senior, he frequently proves himself to be young at heart.
Tux has taught me that old pets can sometimes forever be puppies. He is full of trouble. He breaks into the garbage and even knows how to open drawers, and he's broken into a couple of rooms to get at things.
Lisa hopes that more people will give a chance to senior dogs just like Tux.
That every animal in those last years of their life deserves to have their very own home, their own family, their forever, you know?